Why does everything feel harder? With strengths based leadership, things do not have to feel as hard as they do right now. We've all been there. A team with smart, committed, capable people. You look around and think, all of these people are amazing. And yet, everything feels way harder than it should feel. Why do good teams who have great people on them struggle so much to collaborate and to get pointed in the same direction? Today, I want to pull back the curtain a little bit on what really gets in the way of a really great team being successful and how you can reset the culture and get everybody rowing in the same direction. So, I want to talk about a leader that I coached. This leader was fairly new to the organization, but they had a group of rock stars. Now, some of these people had been there for a really long time, some of them were newer. On paper, they had it all. They had the talent, they had the strengths, they had the experience, the ambition. They all cared about the organization. But internally, it felt like paddling a canoe with everyone rowing in different directions. Now, I don't know if you've seen these races where you have like 12 people in a canoe and they're all paddling the same direction. When every paddle is moving the same direction, those canoes are fast. But anytime even one person gets a little bit off, it can throw off the direction of the entire boat and slow down the whole thing. So imagine when everybody is rowing in a different direction on a different time frame, not pointed in the same direction. That boat may be spinning at that point. Does it feel that way in your organization sometimes? Like the whole boat is spinning because people are paddling all kinds of different directions? Deadlines are slipping. People feel checked out. People get frustrated. They quit paddling because it doesn't feel like their paddling is making any difference. No one really wants to name what's off because nobody wants to blame somebody else, but they all feel like why isn't everybody else paddling the same direction I am? This leader who I was working with told me they're like, I feel like I'm carrying the whole thing on my shoulders. I'm the only one who's saying, this is the direction. Come on, paddle this way. How about this? Try this. Does that sound familiar as a leader that you're trying to get each and every person individually going in the right direction? Here's the truth. Collaboration doesn't collapse because people are bad or people don't know what to do. It collapses because there's no shared clarity. If every single time somebody puts their paddle in the water, you have to tell them where to put it, there's no way that you can keep that boat going in the right direction. Teams need more than goals and big picture direction. They need relational alignment. They need to all be aligned, working from the same values, understanding how each person works best, and how to choose when to put their paddle in the water to be in alignment with everybody else. This is where strengths based leadership shines. Knowing your team's strengths helps you anticipate friction before it escalates. It helps you figure out who needs to be doing what when so that the boat is moving forward fast. So, with this leader that was frustrated, that felt like they were carrying it all on their shoulders, they had to personally check in each and every day with each person to make sure that they might be even close to being aligned with the big picture vision. I walked that leader in their team through a simple reset. We clarified the team's working agreements. We started by understanding each team member's strengths and what they really brought to the table when they were really at their best. Really, not just who does what, but how we do it. We then took the big picture values and strategic objectives of the organization, and we talked through how each person and each unit's job matched that objective. What were the specific things they needed to be doing to row their boat towards that objective? We got really specific. What meetings, what decisions, what communication, what were the expectations, who got to decide what and when in alignment with these strategic objectives and the team strengths. Within 3 weeks of this work, you could start to feel the energy shift. People felt empowered. They knew when to put their paddle in the water to move the boat forward. Instead of feeling micromanaged, like the leader was checking them every single day, they understood the strategic objectives. They understood what each person on the team's talent and abilities were, and they understood their part. When everybody understands their part on the team and what their movement does to move the boat forward, it changes the alignment of everything and moves everything forward. So if your team looks great on paper, you have incredible people who are talented, committed, and capable, but everything feels clunky, feels like you're just not sure that everybody's moving in the same direction and you have to check on them all the time, let's talk. Book a consultation. Let's get on the phone. We'll map out where your team's stuck and how to create traction and get that entire boat in alignment, moving in the right direction. You do not have to figure this out alone, and you no longer have to check on every single person every single day. We can get your team moving in the right direction.